Gather round, everyone, and hear again the tale of Drakfu. Welcome back and happy Monday, everybody, as we continue on in the tale of Drakfu. But first, let's go ahead and take care of some order hall business. First of all, grabbing some ox initiates, then finally grabbing some tiger initiates. I didn't get a random bump. That's okay, though. And let's go ahead and take care of some business at the mission table. Oh, come on. There we go. 2 completed missions. We have marsh cleanup. And a random guild invitation. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of that, because even though you can't see it, we actually got a... Wait, hold on. Okay, let's see if we can actually do this again. Marsh cleanup. Boom! There we go. And yay! And we get bonus experience. That's even better. Okay, and then block the rook. It should be follower experience. Yay! And Lily is actually I think the first follower to hit 110. So now the game becomes a little bit different for her. And there you go. We got some artifact power along the way too. Now, because we have a 110 follower, we're going to start getting these armor set ones. Now, technically, if you're doing all the way up to Argus, you have an easy out to be able to get a armor set that will bring your followers up to a 900 item level. And then eventually up to 950. We don't have that option on this character at the very least, so we're going to have to play it safe with these. And let me just double check our followers. Is she the only one? No, Chen is almost... So she's the only 110... but Shen's not too far off. And technically, you'll notice she still has an experience bar. The reason being is that now she goes up in quality rather than level. So now, when she levels again, she'll be a green level follower, or a rare level, or an uncommon level. Then she'll go up to rare, which is blue. Then epic, which is purple. And then there is a legendary rank, but it's more titled. So it's like, it's orange with a pink, or purple with an orange overlay. So, there you go. Okay, so we've got that. We've got some gold, we've got some artifact power, some player experience, and this bulky armor set. We're not going to worry about the bulky armor set right now. I want to get more people up to that level, and then we can do that. But let's see what this actually requires. So, Weep for Water, Stormheim. At the base of the Weeping Bluffs, a disturbed water elemental is making it impossible for us to reach the wreckage of our sky ships. And for that, we can use Shen, Lily, or Taranzu to do. And then what about this one, the follower experience? No matter how many times we tell them in Azuna, the warlocks in Azuna are at it again, summoning demons they can't possibly hope to control. We can't always fight more fire with fire. And so at that point, Chen and Lily would also work here, and they'd be able to get all 3 of the requirements, and then we could send out a Tiger Adept to help them. The only downside is that the Monkey King doesn't really help out at any of these. Well, the Monkey King helps out here, but you need to pair him with Lily. And then the bulky one, oh, he helps out here. And it would be Taranzu and the Monkey King. So maybe we can get this done. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm not too worried about... Let's see, which one was I looking at? Oh, this one I could do and get some follower experience out of it. By the way, did I get the Grimoire? No, I did not. Okay. And this one would take Lily and Chen as well. I'm actually going to do the player experience just to get us up there, because we're almost...
I've got your back.
Almost to our last level. And let's go ahead and use an Ox Initiate. And then we will go ahead and take... Oh, crap. Which one was the one that the Monkey King could make work? Yeah, here we go.
Strike hard, strike fast. Is this wicked vermin? 'Cause heads I be slamming.
Okay, so troops for this mission will be killed. So that's kind of sad, but let's just go ahead and offset that by going with an Ox Initiate, because they're cheaper to make. And we'll get some bulky armor sets for Lily. Help her out in the meantime, because now she'll have an item level that we need to keep track of. And that is it. That's all we can do, at least for the order hall. So quick magic cut while we head back to Highmountain to continue to deal with the situation there. Okay, so we are back in Thunder Totem. And remember, when we did, in the last episode, we were actually learning the secrets of Huln Highmountain, as well as a ritual that Spirit Walker Ebonhorn wanted Mayla Highmountain to undergo to be able to prove herself as High Chieftain of the Highmountain tribes. So we're actually going to go ahead and help out with that first, and we got to go meet with Spirit Walker Ebonhorn just outside of Thunder Totem, but in a very specific area. So here they are.
We need to be out there searching for the hammer. Tradition can wait.
Mayla, this is something your father made me promise I would do for you. Please, your people need this. You need this.
Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this in.
Greetings, outsider.
Ah, thank you for coming. Mayla is as stubborn as her father, if not more so. So the Path of Huln. Armies are vital to the success of a war, but so are symbols. For our people, few things make a better symbol than the blessings of our most eldest ancestors. Mayla must walk the Path of Huln. The path is dangerous, and she may only bring 2 people with her, a spirit walker to guide her, and a champion to protect her. Will you be the champion? Sure!
Spirits
Let's go and do it. So, cool part is that all we gotta do is follow this guy, and any crap that we come across, he'll help out. He's roughly a shaman, and Mayla is roughly a warrior. Which is good, because this area is laden with elites. Well, you can come back and help out here, Ebonhorn, and then I'll be much more ready to go. Thankfully, Mayla kind of fulfills whatever role you need her to be. So she can be a tank if you need her. There we go. Okay, we killed off the giant. And the other problem is that Ebonhorn will continue to kind of scream at you until you're ready to go. So there you go. He's mounted up on a moose mount. And here we go. Now I'm going to try very hard to avoid these Ettins, because the less that we have to fight, the better. As you can see, they kind of kick my butt. They even kick a 110's butt. So, I mean, at that point, you just got to be careful. Okay, just pass through these. What's funny is this eventually becomes a world quest hub. So you do have to come back here, but you'll come back with friends.
For Huln,
here we go.
The War of the Ancients did not end at the Well of Eternity. With the Legion defeated, he focused on the monster that got away.
Okay.
Welcome, my friends, to the Vault of Neltharion, or as the world came to know him, Deathwing. Stand your ground, war braves.
Uh-oh.
Dare challenge me?
Okay, well, Huln definitely picked the wrong fight. Thankfully, though, we just kind of drop down here. Boom. And this puts us in the Vault of Neltharion, the Earth Warder, otherwise known as Deathwing the Destroyer. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. We're basically in the original lair of the Earth Warder. We better be careful, otherwise we might find some old gods or crap like that in here. Thankfully you won't.
I serve the descendants of Huln.
Quite a drop. Mind yourself in here. This is not a safe place. And boing! 109! One more level, people, and then we're capped. In defiance of Deathwing, it was in this place ages ago that Highmountain challenged the great Deathwing. Today we shall relive moments of that day through the eyes of our ancestors. For this next part of the spirit journey, we must seek out the 3 braziers set down many ages ago, so that those who would follow in the footsteps of Huln might witness his deeds.
May the ancestors watch over you.
So they're going to party up with us, and all you have to do is just look for 3 braziers, and these braziers will kind of tell the story of what Huln did here. Since obviously he probably wasn't able to take on the Black Dragon aspect. And yes, we are sitting here constantly killing off scorpions. And, oh, some basilisks too. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the Vision of Scales.
Ah, my people did not make this goblin trash. We only strapped it to that worm's hide. No weapon of mortal make can penetrate these metal plates. Then we must find weapons not made by mortals. Igrul, is there any tool or trinket that Deathwing kept from your people? Something he would not trust you to touch? I may know of something.
That's interesting. He's working with a Drogbar named Igrul the Scalebane. So, even then we had, at this point, the Drogbar were basically oppressed by Deathwing, and so Huln found an ally in that, and decided to help free them. If only he knew what was going to happen much later on, he might not have picked that way to go. So let's go ahead and do the next vision here, which is the Vision of the Hammer.
This is a Titan waygate. What lies beyond? A hammer. Deathwing eats any of my people who get near it.
Okay, well, that's definitely something to look into. Transfer. And here's our final brazier, which is the... Oh, actually, this is just a reward, I think. There we go. We have to make sure that these guys are with us, so... Boom. And here's our last one.
So Deathwing wants this Titan hammer kept secret? Perhaps this is the weapon we need to challenge the beast.
Ah, crap.
My father will be avenged.
Okay, so we have to basically take care of these conjured defenders while they figure things out. Okay, well, there we go. Many portals to take care of, while they just kind of sit there and look at the hammer. It's a pretty hammer. There we go. Oh, and ooh, we get a glimmering treasure chest. That's helpful. Basically, it's another event. And that is not the vision that we needed, but it is a vision to help things out. So you can see that they eventually discovered the Hammer of Khaz'goroth. The last one, though, it might be up here. Yeah, it is. Okay. So now we have to make the long trek deeper into the halls of Deathwing. You can only imagine what secrets we'll find. This seems oddly appropriate, considering that the most recent Dungeons and Drakfus we did was Dragon Soul, where we eliminated Deathwing. There we go. Let's see if we can actually sneak past these guys. Of course not. There we go. Okay. Remount up. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do that because I'm really close to that bonus. I think these two monsters will do it. Come on, there we go. Bonus XP. And 200 order resources, that's very helpful. Ooh, and a felt slate seam. We'll go ahead and grab that too.
I need to get closer.
Come on, don't make me pull the basilisk. There you go, and now we get a fell slate seam sample, basically like we got with Laystone. And our last one is actually up here, so let's go ahead and look at the Vision of Hope. So on this, no, it's not this one. Which brazier is it? I thought I was going in the right direction. Oh, this is why. Okay. Over here. We're not gonna pull the basilisk. Oh, but a treasure chest, I'll take that. Ah, crap, it's on the lower level. We will get this figured out, people, I promise. Ah, crap, and you actually know what I forgot to do again? I need to use my artifact power. I have not used it. I'm basically waiting until the cap and then everything becomes super, super awesome. Basically, all of your artifact power is roughly the equivalent of what everybody else gets now. everybody who's done artist content, so it's absurdly high. I would pretty much be able to max out my weapon on that one. And here we go, Vision of Hope.
Enough stalling. We must slay the beast and set my people free. Both the Hammer and Deathwing were tools of the Titans. I doubt I could kill him, but I may be able to banish him.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to Ebonhorn.
I knew you would come.
And so it was that Huln Highmountain came to this mountain, freeing the Drogbar slaves of Deathwing, and came into possession of the Hammer of Khaz'goroth. Titanic showdown. The tale of Huln did not end with him acquiring the Hammer of Khaz'goroth, though. No, for that part, we must venture deeper into this cavern. A final brazier awaits us ahead. Come, let us see what happened next.
Spirits guide you.
Okay, this is technically the brazier I was going to, and this is the quest that unlocks it. So let's go ahead and go up here, and use this one. Oh no!
Undone by some mortal filth. I am the Earth Warder.
It's Deathwing! We gotta kill him! We gotta kill him, everybody! Ow! Leave me alone, Deathwing! 50%! Oh, get out of the way of Dragon Breath. Lightning Breath. Okay, 35%. Ooh, what's that?
I banish you from this land.
So that's how Deathwing, in one way or another, came to being in Deep Huln. At least that's what we think. Okay, Ebonhorn.
The High Chieftain.
And so Huln cast Deathwing into the land of Deep Huln and claimed the Hammer of Khaz'goroth as his charge. But there was one last bit of business for him to attend to. Okay, so 783. Actually, this would be better. So let's do that. An ancient secret. Before Mayla may be pronounced High Chieftain, there is one more vision she must see. I wish to show you as well. It is an ancient secret, handed down along the Highmountain bloodline. I ask for your discretion in keeping it that way.
May the ancestors watch over you.
So Huln never backed down, no matter the enemy?
History is forged by the hearts of heroes, child. This is the truth your father wanted you to see. Our people need a leader like Huln. One with the strength and courage to face any obstacle. Qualities you have proven to possess. And so there is one final vision you must witness. This is a secret passed from High Chieftain to High Chieftain since the day Huln banished Deathwing.
Okay, so this is a pretty big secret. So let's go ahead and use this brazier.
These eggs are corrupted. We should destroy them now. There is more than one way to deal with Guardians. They are awaking.
More than one way to deal with corruption, huh?
Shall survive, but those that do should be free of Deathwing's corruption.
Got these dragons coming back to life.
Wait just a little longer. One of the eggs is starting to hatch.
Fist of Fury! There we go.
Look, one survived. Such a small thing. And with little black horns, I shall call you Ebonhorn.
Wait, what?
So it was that Huln's mercy gained the allegiance of his family's oldest ally, me.
And wow!
How? The whole time?
Mayla, I am still the same Spirit Walker you have known your entire life. Know that regardless of what happens, I serve the High Chieftain. which gives me great honor to say this next part. Mayla Highmountain, I hereby pronounce you High Chieftain. Long may you stand.
Huh. So, I should probably at least explain a little bit here before I turn this in. Originally in the Legion beta, this was a quest involving Wrathion, who is the uncorrupted black drake that we actually helped to free, I believe, in the Badlands. So it was supposed to involve Wrathion, and they decided at some point to not do that and instead do this, and have Spirit Walker Ebonhorn be the Black Dragon Abyssian, who works specifically for the High Chieftain of the Highmountain tribes. And I actually like it a little bit better than that, because the story that was being hinted at with Wrathion was kind of lame. It was him discovering more about his father and maybe seeing that there's more to him. There's more of his father in him than he would care to admit. But in this case, I like this a little bit better, because now we have another uncorrupted Drake to be able to show that it is possible to kind of bring back the Black Dragon flight if we wanted, or if we were able to. If they didn't already kind of wipe themselves out in the process because they were trying to fight us. So let's go and talk to Abyssian. That day, the hammer freed me of the corruption of the Black Dragon flight. In gratitude, I have faithfully served the Highmountain family since Huln rescued me from this pit. It has been my honor and my pleasure to watch each of his descendants earn the title of High Chieftain. There you go, the back door. This will take Mayla some time to adjust to. That being said, we should return to Thunder Totem. Just south of here is a tunnel that should take us through the old Drogbar slave enclave, and then to an opening beyond. We keep a small Skyhorn outpost there to watch and ensure nothing enters or leaves this vault without us knowing about it. They should be able to fly us back. So, just escape the vault, and that's actually not as hard as you might think. So that's actually a really cool reveal, is that Spirit Walker Ebonhorn is probably the oldest ally of the Highmountain tribes, and that's because he is an uncorrupted black dragon. So at that point, you actually have a black dragon that's serving more noble causes, because even Wrathion, like, he's uncorrupted, but he's kind of serving his own interests. He's kind of selfish in that regard. So he may be a little bit more of his dad than we would like to admit. Abyssian, however, not so much. We finally have a black dragon who's probably going to do more good rather than evil. And here is the Obsidian Overlook, and this is actually a great flight path to have, especially when you unlock Suramar, because it's basically one of the limited flight points that you can get that lead into key areas in Suramar. So it's good to have this too. Let's go ahead and turn this in with Mayla.
I am Mayla. I stand as High Chieftain.
I always thought it odd that Ebonhorn never seemed to age. Or at least he always looked old, but he never got older. Okay, so we have a Frost, we have an Iron, we have a Storm, and we have a Life. Let's see, 793, 763. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of our Iron one. And now we have another chapter, which leaves one more. Secrets of Highmountain. The High Chieftain. I understand what Ebonhorn has been trying to tell me for a while now. Our people do not need a hammer. We need a leader. One willing to stand against any threat, even if they are terrified to do so. And between you and me, I am definitely terrified, but resolved. Let us return to Thunder Totem and prepare ourselves for war.
Highmountain stands.
Okay. So, first things first, let's go ahead and equip this thing. And it's an Iron Relic, so let's just go ahead and put it here. Boom. And let's go ahead and fly back to Thunder Totem.
What has the wind brought?
Not too far off, but we're going to have to take the long way around, so get used to that. But like I said, this basically puts you at a really good angle for one of the key areas of Suramar. So make sure that you get that flight path, not just for the quest, but also for this. It's going to be really helpful later on. And all we have to do is just kind of loop around into the Etten territory again, and head back to Thunder Totem to figure out, now that we have our chieftain, now that we have our 3 tribes, it's time for us to take the fight to the enemy. Which is appropriate, because Dargrul is probably going to be launching an attack somewhere. The other thing, too, I like about that story is that it does establish the Drogbar well. It doesn't make them out to be evil the entire time. In fact, they were slaves of Deathwing. And so, through the actions of Igrul's Scalebane, they were able to become a more noble race. It's just, unfortunately, Dargrul is an example of what not to do, as he has sought power and the Hammer of Khaz'goroth. So we need to make sure that we take care of him now before he learns how to properly use that hammer and we have a bigger problem. So back down into the Hall of Chieftains. To turn this in with Mayla. There we go. So now we have our 3. We have Jayla, we have Lasan, and we have Navarog. Now it's time to turn this in with Mayla.
Now that we stand united, we turn our eyes to the Legion.
Even without the hammer, I know what to do next. When our forces are rallied, we can take the fight to the Underking. Okay, and so we get some more artifact power. Battle of Snowblind Mesa. Your timing is fortunate. Our forces at Snowblind Mesa report seeing the Underking above ground. What is more, he is lightly guarded and has the hammer with him. Thanks to your efforts, we can meet them in battle. Meet us at Snowblind Mesa, and let us take the fight to Dargrul together.
Together, we are Highmountain.
So, that pretty much starts up the last events of the Highmountain story. Issue being, we actually have a couple of other quests to take on. So before we head over to Snowblind Mesa, we're going to take care of some of the other quests that have been given to us in the meantime. As soon as this elevator gets down here, Jiminy Christmas. Okay, there we go. And I think it's only appropriate that we start with, we need to head back to the Nessingwary compound because we got given a extra flight path that can take us to our next major quest hub with an old friend. So let's go ahead and do a quick magic cut while we head over to Nessingwary and then fly to the new destination. Okay, so we're back at the Nessingwary compound. I did actually want to show us flying to where we need to go. So let's go ahead and talk to Tamara Sigmund.
You need something?
Let's see, how can I help you? Send me to Shipwreck Cove, please.
See you later.
So this is where we're going next, which is at the furthest northern peak of Highmountain. Now, it's not a peak, but it's basically the edge of where the beach is northern-wise. So we get to go do a little bit of a flight and make our way to an old friend who has been waiting to see us for, I'm thinking, quite a while. But as you can see, the mist kind of starts to unfurl, and if you turn things around, you can see why this place is called Highmountain. In fact, the southern you go is where you get to the highest peaks of Highmountain. So, unfortunately, we're not going there now, but when we go over to Ice Pine Point, we'll be pretty close to some of those other flight areas. So you guys can see that too. But as you can see, this is going to take us very deep down onto the coasts of Highmountain to look for Shipwreck Cove. Obviously named appropriately. You can even see there's like a little lighthouse out there. Bunch of wrecked ships down there as well. Even some monsters that have been, well, they've been decomposing in the time that they've been there. Yeah, and even some wrecked regular boats. And here is Shipwreck Cove. So while we're here, grab this. And who's our friend? Oh, well, he's over here. And yes, it is our friend from Dita, King Murgle. Mookie, we need to get stronger. The fate of this coast depends on it. So, hello, adventurer. Here to help me and Murky out? I guess so. So, our first quest. The Swamp Rock Murlocs' favorite thing to do is cause shipwrecks with their makeshift lighthouse. Murlocs are fascinating, but these are ruthless. We must save this coast. I have been raising this young Murloc Murky. We need to help him become stronger so he can teach the tadpoles to be better than their elders. So nature versus nurture. I appreciate Murloc kind far too much to tell you to go kill all the adults. What we should be doing is setting up the next generation to be more peaceful. Murky is the best representative for this. Bring him to talk to the Murloc tadpoles. He'll get them on our side. Okay. Then, next one is, I'll huff, I'll puff. Murky is my favorite little fella. However, in order to lead a change in the Murloc population here, he needs some awesome abilities. There are a lot of pufferfish around in the water, and I think that they could be a good resource for him. Kill a few and collect their eggs for Murky. There we go. And then we also have slime time. Murky's a growing boy. He needs to eat. What's better than slime weed for a young Murloc? I don't know. There's plenty of it around in the water amongst the Murlocs. Swim through it and feed Murky. Okay, so here's what you do, is you talk to King Murgle, and then he... Oh, actually, never mind. Did we talk to Murky? Is that what we do? Okay, there's a way to do this. I can't remember how. Ah, crap. How do you do it? Spirit Walker's Wisdom? No. Somehow we need to actually kind of gain control. Actually, I may be thinking ahead. So here's what you got to do. Just go through these, and Murky's fed. La 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 la. And we can also sabotage the Swamp Rock, which will give us some more experience and order resources. And I think, yeah, you just got to talk to him. Tadpole I love it. Tadpole negotiations. Chimney Christmas. Okay. We're helping Murlocs again. Doesn't that feel great? Okay, so you can technically take on the Swamp Rock Murlocs, and you'll get bonus to the bar down here for doing it. But obviously, King Murgle doesn't encourage you to. He encourages you to solve things his way, which I guess might solve things. But remember, we live in the world of Warcraft, and war is ever present, and was probably the way that Blizzard intends for you to solve anything. Okay, there you go. We've fed him. Now, we need 2 more tadpoles, and we need pufferfish eggs. Thankfully, they're not too far off. There you go. And then here are the pufferfish. All you gotta do is kill the pufferfish.
It's too far away.
Boom. I think they'll give you 1 per. I might be wrong. Yeah, they'll give you 1 per. So, boom.
I need to get closer.
Okay, where is the loot? There we go, 2 out of 5.
It's too far away.
Okay. 3 out of 5. Boom! Oh, that one didn't even give me an egg. That's not cool. I'm gonna kill you now. Now I'm mad at you. Okay, 1 more egg, and then we're done. And we can move on to the next part of this quest. Yes, this is multi-tiered. King Murgle does not do things half-heartedly. He does it the way that he wants to. But the cool part is that if you do this, then this actually helps unlock another world quest hub that you can get. Which is fairly easy to do. I will actually say that. So let's go ahead and turn these quests in.
I'm listening.
So, let's see. Nature versus nurture. Murky's gained quite the following, hasn't he? Perhaps they could help him out. Yeah, probably. Okay, so I'll huff, I'll puff. Pufferfish have this impressive ability of exploding. They could be a powerful tool for Murky. Thank you. The pufferfish will be a perfect resource for Murky. I'll just whip up a spell to make them grow more quickly. All he'll have to do now is throw, then boom! There you go, and then finally, slime time. Murky seems to have gotten a very strong slime ability due to the slime weed. Fantastic! I'm glad that you appreciate. Okay, so this gives us another 2. Murlocs, the next generation. The time has come. Murky and his followers need a place to hide out and train, away from the mature Murlocs, so that they can prepare to take over in the future. There's a nice cave not too far away. Only problem is that it's filled with Makura. Or Makrura. Lobster people. Let's just go with that. This would be a good base for the tadpoles. Murky must go show them what for. Mind meld with Murky and his egg and show him how it's done. Okay. I'm happy to do that. And then finally, the Claudacity. The leader of the Cave Moss Makrura, Claudacious, has been ordering raids into the Cave Moss village to steal the young for snacks. This isn't going to do it all. In order to prove their power, Murky and the tadpoles must destroy him as well. This is a job for Murlocs. Mind meld with Murky and his egg and show him how it's done.
Good luck, friend.
So, you actually do these quests as Murky. I think this is also just kind of a little homage to Heroes of the Storm, but I'm not 100% certain on that. So everything that you did in the previous quest fueled his abilities. So there you go. We have Slime, which is just kind of a basic one. You have Pufferfish, which is something that you can do as AoE. And actually, we're going to do this one first because this rare... And then we also have a safety bubble, so you can get some health back, and also March of the Murlocs, to be able to get some extra help from your Murloc friends. There we go. Let's just go ahead and get some health back with the safety bubble. Boom! And we're not going to use the March of the Murlocs now. But there you go. We got some order resources and a chest piece, so we'll have to check that out and see if it is an improvement. It is slightly. It doesn't have the right stats, but it'll do. Now, I just wanted to take that one down because he's rare. You don't have to take him down, especially in this state where you're neutral. It doesn't matter if you do or not. Oh, and you actually can't do the Shipwreck Cove bonus objective while you're in this form. So that kind of sucks too, but we'll make it work. Oh, yeah, that's right. So we need to go up this hill, and that'll take us to where the Makrura are. So now we can take care of the cave moss. Excuse me. Boom. I am not going to waste March of the Tadpoles on these guys. Or, I'm sorry, March of the Murlocs. But we have to take down quite a number of these guys, so we might as well take care of as many of them as we can before we head up to Claudacious. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. There you go, some slime. Pufferfish. Okay, so that's 2. And we're just going to make our way to Claudacious because we want to make sure to take him out first. In the meantime, though, we'll take care of any Makrura on the way. There we go. And just also make sure that you're auto-attacking, because sometimes I've noticed with the Murloc tool belt, or at least the toolkit, for some reason, it just doesn't auto-attack right off the bat, so make sure that you do that. And it looks like we actually had another Murloc go in here, but thankfully Claudacious is back up and running. So I'm going to grab as many of these guys as I possibly can, and grab Claudacious. Just so that we can do this! March of the Murlocs! Kill as many of these guys as we possibly can in the room. There we go. Now we just have Claudacious, and we're probably going to want to use as many March of the Murlocs as we possibly can to kill him. As you can see, he's got a big health bar. And we're just one tiny Murloc with many, many allies. Here we go. More Pufferfish. There we go. And before I do March of the Murlocs, I'm just going to heal really quick. And there we go. March of the Murlocs. 5%. There you go. Claudacious is dead. Now we just need the other 3. Oh, and King Murgle's here, but we're not going to take the quest just yet. Or we're not going to turn it in just yet. Main reason being, we need some more Makrura to kill. Come on, where is he? We need 5 more Makrura to kill, and then we're good. And unfortunately, since we had another Murloc come in here, we lost a lot of these guys. Okay, here's one, so this is going to take us down to 4. I do actually like the Murloc toolkit and the fact that you kind of get him mouthing off to anybody he's fighting. There we go. I just wish there was a speed buff. That would be awesome right now. No, no Makora have resurrected or respawned. What about in the cave? I think the cave is phased, so now that we've... Or maybe we ruined the phasing, I'm not sure. Yeah, so it is phased again. And King Murgle's just in here waiting for you to turn in. So we might have just screwed ourselves, I don't know. Maybe this whole area is phased now. Well, let's go back the way we came and see if that helps. We just need 4 more, and then we're done. Down this way? Okay, there's a couple of Makora down here. We'll grab them. So this is going to take me down to the last one I need. Nope, screw you. I can do lots of damage. That's 7. There we go. There's our 4th. Yay! Oh, and actually, I don't need to go all the way back. I can hit one on the way. That's even better. Come on up, buddy. We'll take care of you right now. Yay! Okay. Last little bit, and then you're done. Okay, back into the cave, so that we can turn this in with King Murgle, who now has his training grounds for the Murlocs. Not sure how well that's going to work out, but here's hoping the best for you, buddy. So into the Murkloc cave we go. Hi, King Murgle! I'm here! So go ahead and turn them in. Okay, Murlocs the next generation. This cave will be a great base for the young tadpoles, and for that you can get Barracuda McClung, which is a mastery food. And then, oh, the Claudacity, you did it! Murky will be a great leader for the next generation of the Murlocs here. I can't help but feel sad over losing my little buddy, but you've got to let them go sometime. Okay, well, you're gonna be doing just that. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Both are pretty good, but I'm gonna go with the legs because they're more of an upgrade. And we need to double check the chest. Yes, it is an upgrade, so we'll go ahead and grab these two. Yay, so there you go. There's Murky, who is now the leader of the Murkloc. Oh, and we actually do have a Laystone Seam in here, so we'll grab that too.
I'm out of range.
And that pretty much completes the quest line for King Murgle. But now, because I believe this unlocks it, is you can get the world quests that actually involve Murky across the Broken Isles. So you'll see these little eggs where you can then summon Murky and take on a little task as him. And we're not going to worry about Shipwreck Cove because we're already doing really good on XP. I mean, for crying out loud, we still have 3 other zones to do to be able to get up to, well, technically 2 other zones, and then Suramar is 110 only. But yeah, that's how fast we've been cruising here. And in fact, we're going to make our way back to the outpost, but we're going to do our every level ritual and see if we have any new quests from either Khadgar or from our order hall, which we probably won't. I'm really thinking the next quest we're gonna get is gonna be for the is gonna be at 110. So let's go ahead and actually do that. So first of all, Dalaran, because yay, we're 109, literally 1 level away from being done, at least being capped, and then at that point we'll finish up the Legion content, and probably by the time we worry about getting back up to 2 times a week, Battle for Azeroth will be out, and we can do that. And actually, wow, I should not be flying right now. I told you guys I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just forget that you have it. Okay, so let's go over to the Violet Citadel. That's usually a good indicator as if Khadgar has a quest for you. He will at 110 because he's the intro into Suramar. Nope, nothing from him. So, next stop, Order Hall. Zen Pilgrimage. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Of course, I've been recording for a good portion of the day, so I'm kind of stiff. There we go. Iron Body Ponshu still doesn't have a quest for us. Does anybody in here have a quest for us? Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Okay. It's gotta be 110 then. That's how you continue on. That's weird. Like some of the order halls I've come across, they've had quests throughout leveling, and then there are a few that don't. They like get one maybe at 105, and then they get the rest at 110. But it doesn't look like we have an additional quest. I was hoping to get more champions by now too, and we don't really have those either. Okay, well, that's the way it goes, but that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. So when we come back next week, we will finish the storyline in Highmountain by going up to Icepoint Point, as well as fighting in the Battle of Snowblind Mesa. We'll see you guys then.